My next guest had an incredible first year in the NFL with the Cleveland Browns, nearly 4 short of a 1,000-yard rushing season. I think it was 8 touchdowns, broke off a 92-yard run. Nick Chubb joins me here on the show. Nick, thanks for making time for us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So congrats on a first great season for you. Browns heading in a great and exciting direction. Walk us through what you do after a good start to your career in the offseason. What have you been up to?
You get back to work. You take a couple of days off. You relax, hang out with the family. You enjoy yourself for the most part, but on the back of your mind, you have to get back to work. Have another season coming up. You can't afford to go backwards. You got to keep moving forward. And for me, that's the biggest thing I've been focusing on, just continue to get better.
You guys were already a remarkably exciting offense last year, just the way you were constructed last year. Yourself and Njoku, of course, Baker Mayfield, and there's Jarvis Landry, a bunch of guys I'm forgetting. Very, very high-powered offense in the making. You've added some other weapons, including Odell Beckham Jr. What does OBJ do for you guys and what you can do on the field in terms of trying to put up some points?
It's gonna be amazing, and I can't even fathom what's gonna happen in the future because he's such a great player, such a great deep threat. He catches the ball very well, as everyone knows, but something as a running back, he likes to block. He doesn't mind sticking his head in there and hitting those corners and linebackers. That's what I see him. He's just an overall team player, and he has a deep threat. And we were very successful last year. Just adding him on to the piece of the puzzle, it's going to be something fun to watch.
Yeah, John Dorsey, the GM, done an amazing job putting talent together. Nick, you're no stranger to being a really talented part of a very talented backfield. Kareem Hunt, also now member of the Browns, and we know he's not going to play for a while. But when he returns, what does that do for you guys, and how does that affect or motivate you as a guy who's been this before at Georgia in terms of being talented and having another talented guy playing the same position you do?
It's nothing new to me. This is since high school and college. I've been in talented backfields, sharing with Todd Gurley and Sony Michel, and many more great running backs. So it's nothing new to me, and it keeps you going. I think this day in the league, you definitely need more than one so you can take care of the body. It's such a hard game, brutal game. Me and him going to be nice, very nice compliments of each other, and end of the day, we want to win games. We're on the same team, so just find a way to win is all that matters.
Before you arrived in Cleveland, if we're talking straight, the Browns were often a punchline. Now, John Dorsey's come in as the GM. He's one of the guys who helped build up the Kansas City Chiefs and a lot of the talent they have there. And as we've talked about, you guys are loaded, and you've got some players on defense too. Can you give us a sense in your brief time there what you've seen in terms of the Browns culture, maybe how it's changed and the level of optimism among the guys in that locker room?
It's definitely changed a lot. We don't look at ourselves as just the Cleveland Browns. We're different. We say we're more confident in ourselves. And just the atmosphere and the energy is very high. And we know on paper we look very good, but that has nothing to do with it. We continue to come in each and every day. All the guys are here working out, just trying to get better, doing stuff for their own extra work, and any way to get better, we can better team. And it's a different year for the Browns in here.
Can you give us what's the best Baker Mayfield story that you can share that speaks to him as a guy or a teammate, a leader, a winner, a part of this exciting group you guys have in Cleveland?
It's a lot of Baker stories, and for the most part, he's just very good at imitating people and mocking. When he can do Dorsey, he can do Freddie Kitchens, he can do anybody. He's just a very high energy person. He's great to be around. And he's very competitive.
All right, we've had him on the show. We'll get him back on. We'll have to get some of those from him. I know, Nick, that every single competitor like yourself, every football team, the goal is to win the Super Bowl and nothing short of that. So let me ask you the question this way, because it's a very fine line, as you know, in the NFL between a win and a loss, between 4 wins and 10 wins. There's a lot of parity in the NFL. For you guys, as you're constructed, just in the regular season this upcoming season, what is the minimum number of wins that you look at and you say, if we don't get there, we haven't done what we're capable of doing?
That's tough to say. It's a fine line between winning and losing in the NFL, and for us, take it day by day and step by step. But we managed to win 7 games last year. So we have to, improve in a way, and that's the good way to look at it, improved in win more than 7 games, and who knows how many it can be, but that's just the goal for me, just be better than we were last year.
Freddie Kitchens was around you guys, obviously. He's now the official head coach. For folks that haven't paid as much attention, that don't know Coach particularly well, what can you tell us about Freddie Kitchens and what he's going to be as the head coach for the Browns?
He's a great man. He's very, fun to be around. He's all business, but at the same time, he's a guy you can talk to no matter what about anything. And I had the pleasure of him being my running back coach last year before he became the interim OC. Now he's a head coach, so I know him very well. And he actually grew up like 30 minutes from where I'm from in Georgia, and we kind of had that in common. He's just a great coach, and he's very smart. And I mean, he's gonna be a great coach.
We talked earlier in the interview about just you're accustomed at Georgia to being talented, having a talented guy who's also in that backfield. Sony Michel and the Patriots just went through that Super Bowl experience. That's the ultimate goal for everybody. Did you reach out to Sony? Did you talk to him? Is that a friendship? Is that a rivalry? What's the status of that Georgia duo, not that you're both succeeding in the NFL with different teams?
It's a friendship. It always been a friendship. I was actually there at the game when he won it, won the Super Bowl, and we hung out a little bit. So that's my boy, and I'm cheering for him. And even though we were on the same team, it was never any competition. It was just for the team. And now his success really has nothing to do with mine, and the same way with me. So I'm definitely cheering for him now, and that's my boy. I'm proud of.
It's really cool, and I say this as a guy who's married to an Ohio woman. I'm telling you, happy wife, happy life. Hopefully soon he'll be at a Super Bowl celebrating with you when you guys get it done. It's an exciting team. It's a talented team. You're a big part of that. Nick Chubb, it's very cool of you to make time. Thank you to you. Thanks for the Browns. Appreciate you, man.
Sir, thanks for having me.